Hi, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Our weather here is getting a little bit cooler. It's in the high 80s now instead of the 90s. And I saw a post from one of my friends. I live in Southern California and she lives in Northern California. And I just saw a post from her too that she said that the high 80s never look so nice. So I understand how she's feeling. I hope it's okay where you are. Anyway, so now I'm going to start every Tuesday coming on live at 5 o'clock like I did last week. And this week, I'm going to start teaching you things. Every week I'll teach you things. Or, hi Shelly, thanks for joining. Every week I'm going to teach you something, and then once in a while I'll have a Q&A. So this week, I'm basing what I'm teaching you guys on based on how you guys answered when you joined my Facebook group and you answered the questions about what you want to learn more or are struggling with in regards to saving money and in regards to living healthy. So a lot of you answered and said that you were struggling with that you want to start eating healthy, but you aren't sure how to do that. So we're going to start today from the very basic. And I'm going to teach you how to read and understand food nutrition labels. So you'll see me look away once in a while because I have two computer screens, and my camera is on one and all my other information that I need to look at is on another. So I'm not ignoring you, I just have to look over there. So the first thing is just know that the USDA actually regulates all of the information that is on the food labels, so you know that you can trust what's on the labels, and they've had to go through everybody's labels and how they do it are going to be held to the same standards. So you know that what they say on there is going to be accurate, so that's a good way to start. And also, I'll talk about that another time, but there's a thing called the Heart Check program from the American Heart Association. And they have a heart that they put on some of their products. And make sure you have to check it says the American Heart Association, because I notice a lot of companies now are putting a heart on there, even though it's not endorsed by the American Heart Association. So if you see any with that heart from them, then you know it's definitely a good product and it meets all of their standards for what's healthy. So if you see a heart check on it, then that's a good thing. So let me tell you how to read it. So I have a box over here of some Triscuits, thin crisp Parmesan garlic. So I'm going to use that as my example. I also have a post about this where I break it down and I picture all the different parts of the label we're going to look at. So if it's a little hard to see here on the video, you can go to my post later. I'll put it in the comments so you can see how to do it. All right. So the first thing when you look at on a food label is the serving size. So let me show it to you on here. Oops, over here. Okay. So when you first look at a food label, you have to look at the serving size. I know it's hard to see, sorry. And like right here on mine, it says 14 crackers. So that's the first thing that you want to look at because you want to see if that's even enough for you. If 14 crackers isn't enough for you and you need to double it, then you may need to think of something else you can eat that's going to have lower fat and everything in order to meet your needs. So that's the first thing to look at. Look at the serving size and see if it's actually doable. The second thing you look at is the total calories per serving. So that's right underneath it. And this product has made it bigger now, so it's easier to see. So right here, the total calories per serving is 120. So in case you don't know what to look for, what does that tell you? How do you know if it's good or bad? So 40 calories per serving is low. 100 calories per serving is moderate, which this product is 120. And then 400 calories or more per serving is high. So you want to stay in the hundreds, 200s, so that's good, or even lower is a good thing to have. Don't go up into the 400s. That's way too many calories per serving. All right. Then the next thing that you want to look at is the fat, cholesterol, and sodium. So it lists it all on here. Let's see if I can get it closer so you can see. All right, so right here, the total fat is 4.5 grams. There's 0 saturated fat, 0 trans fat, which is really good. And then the cholesterol is 0, which is also good. And it shows you the milligrams and the percent. And then the sodium is 150 milligrams, which is also good. So how do you know if it's good or not? So what the Heart Association says is for fat, total fat, you want it less than 6.5 grams. For saturated fat, you want it 1 gram or less, and also 15% or less of the calories. Remember I showed you, it has that percent on the side. Mine were all 0%, so that was good. And then also the trans fat, less than 0.5 grams, which this one was 0. Cholesterol, 20 milligrams or less, and this had 0. And then your sodium, you want it to be 480 milligrams or less, and this one was only 150. So far this product is doing really good. And eventually, don't worry, you're going to memorize all of this, because at first my daughter and I had it written down on a piece of paper when we went shopping, and she and I would look and read all the labels of everything to see if it was good or not. Now we have it all memorized. It's really easy. It's only a couple things you have to memorize. And so then when we go to the grocery store and there's a new product, we'll just read the label and look real quick, and we can quickly see if it qualifies or not, if it's something we can eat or not. So it may seem overwhelming at first, but it's not. Once you get doing it more and more often, it'll be easy to remember. Or if you can't, you can have a little cheat sheet, and that just says what you need to look for. All right, the next thing is the beneficial nutrients. So you want to know what kind of things are in there, like the potassium, dietary fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals. That's good things. You want those in there. So that's the next thing you want to look up. And you want to end up for your whole day getting 100% of the nutrients. Obviously, one product isn't going to give you all of that, but you want that for all of your products. So let's see. So those are, oh, and to see what you get, your percent daily value, this product doesn't have it. The one on, let's see. Yeah, it's just on the side. On one of my products that is in the post that I'm going to put later, it actually shows you a breakdown of everything. But here, the percent daily value is what I showed you on the side, all those percent. So you can see what they're for. And what you need to do when you're looking at this, you need to remember that this is based on a 2,000 calorie per day diet. So if you want to, the percentages are. So if you're on a less calories or a higher calorie diet, you'll want to think about that when you're calculating it. But we don't, to be honest, we don't look at that part of it, because what we really care about is how much fat and sugar and I forgot to tell you the sugar part. The sugar is 9 grams or less of total sugar, and this one has 3 grams. So that's something else you want to look at. So that's really all we care about. If you need to care about more, of course, you need to listen to what your doctor says. But all we basically look at is the total fat, the cholesterol, the sodium, and the sugars. So those are the basic things. It makes it easy. There's only 4 things you have to remember to look at, so it makes it pretty easy. And we've all been able to stay healthy and stay off. My husband's been able to reduce his medication. My older son hasn't had to go on any medicine, so just following those have been able to keep us healthy. So if you need any other information, you can look at my posts that I'm going to put in the comments later. You can always ask me. If any of this was confusing, sorry, I try to make it as clear as I can. Just basically those 4 things are what's important. So if you have any questions or anything and you're watching either now or when you watch the replay, feel free to put them in the comments and I will gladly clarify it and help answer any questions you have. because, you know, since we've been living like this for a while, it seems easy to me, but maybe if you're just starting out, it's not so easy, and maybe even my explanation wasn't clear enough. Oh, thanks, Shelley. I'm glad it was good. So just in case, if any of you need any additional help or explanations, then please leave any comments, and or you can message me, and I'll be glad to give you any more help and break it down even more basic than that if that's what you need. All right, so I look forward to seeing you next week next Tuesday when I do my next live at 5 o'clock. And in the meantime, as always, if there's anything you need in between, just leave a comment in the group or message me. Anything you need, I am always here for you. All right, thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.